Hi guys, Nicole Blosnitz here. Back with a Christmas story number 5. I know I told you guys that I was done with all my actual family's Christmas, but there is one more Christmas that I forgot to tell you guys about. And the reason why I forgot to tell you about this is because it's the same year that my mother died. Literally, my mom died in August, and then Christmas happened later on, a few months. And I'm just going to kind of give you the gist here of that whole ordeal, and then, yeah. Anyways, basically, my mom died in August. My birthday was in July. My mom died literally a month after my birthday. So, yeah, depressing. Then after she died, like, my world was crumbling, because, like I told you guys before, I lost both of my parents at this point. I had nobody. I was grasping at straws. I was grasping at anything. Like, I was desperate. And maybe people were wanting to help me or be there for me, but it just felt like nobody was there for me, and I was, like, feeling alone, like, on this island, all alone, like, all alone. And I just remember I was living with my stepfather because I didn't want to go in the system yet. So yeah. I was living with him, and I just remember I was living with him, and then my sister that's a year older than me was living with her foster family. Which was just outside of our hometown, where I kind of live now. And they took her in, and so she was living with them, and I knew who they were because, well, her foster father was my principal, which, that was a funny story because, well, the first time I met him, that was interesting because it was this Christmas. Basically, her foster mom came with her, and they picked me up, and I went to go spend some Christmas fun with them, so I could spend it with my sister. And basically, they picked me up. I went to their house. We were gonna eat a dinner or something there at their house, and I remember I ran into my principal, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, I'm her sister. And he's like, "Does she know all the stuff you do?" I'm like, "No." And let me remind you guys, this is the principal that used to get me in his office all the time because, well, basically I was being the one being bullied, but I was always being the one being, when the teacher outside would see, like, the teacher that was observing all the kids out there, she didn't see them hitting me. She saw me hitting 5 other girls. It was always a gang up on me. I was like 5-on-1. And, well, she'd always end up sending me into his office, and I'd just be like, whatever. And it became like a regular thing. And when he wasn't looking, I'd get into his drawer and still was like, he had like these little Debbies that he would give out for birthdays. And so I'd just go into his drawers and take one when he wasn't looking, or when he'd go out of the office. Probably shouldn't have, but I did. And, well, anyways, long story short, he was my sister's foster father. And so that was that kind of thing. And, well, anyways, this Christmas was kind of different than others because, you know, normally it's with family. Well, I didn't spend it with any other family but her and her foster family. And they took me, gosh, I can't remember. I know we went bowling. That was the main reason I was going with them, was they were going to go and do, the foster care system was having a get-together for Christmas thing, and it was at the bowling alley. And so I wasn't a foster kid, but my sister was, so I went to go join her to spend time with her and her foster family. And like I said, it was kind of awkward because her foster dad was my principal, and he knew all my oopsies at school that she didn't know, or my mom didn't know. So I was like, oof, please don't say nothing. Please. Please don't tell her. Because those are not my proud moments. But anyways, long story short, I spent the Christmas with them. for that, and then I spent the night, and then the next day her foster mom drove me back home, and I didn't see her again until, gosh, the next time I saw my sister would have been the time she came to tell me she was getting adopted, and that she was no longer going to be a part with my dad's last name, and that, so she was no longer going to be a Dyer. And I was just like remembering that. That was my last official fun and greatness. And I actually still speak to this foster family of hers because they live in the location of where I am, and I still keep in touch with them. I still talk to the foster sister. I still talk to the foster mom. The foster dad had passed away. God bless him. So I don't get to talk to him. But the thing is I talked to her old ex-foster mom, and I could tell you, like, I always tell her, like, I can't even tell her how gracefully I am to say thank you to her, because this lady went out of her way to make me feel welcome in her home, and she didn't have to do that because I was not her responsibility, and she did not have to make me and my sister have a Christmas together, but she went out of her way and she did that. And like I said, this is the only foster family that wanted us to be together. They, like, made a connection for us. And that's why I can respect these people. And I appreciate what they did for me and my sister. And that's why I still talk to them to this day. And I always tell them thank you. And I always let them remind them, you know, of what that meant to me at that time in my life. Because, like, when you lose someone and you feel like if you felt like you've lost the whole world, which I did basically lose my whole world, because it was crushing, like, it was spiraling, like, literally, because, like, no sooner after that, like, spending that Christmas with my sister, like, things went from calm to, like, a friggin' tornado struck, because the next thing I know is my other sister got my stepdad put up to sending me away. She's like, call the cops on her, get rid of her, because I didn't want to take care of her baby anymore, because she wanted to go run around and be with this baby daddy of hers. I mean, she ended up marrying the guy way later on, and then she ended up divorcing him too, which that was a sham of a marriage because she was, like, not committed to it. But the long story short is she wanted me to take care of her kid, and she didn't like it. And so instead of just letting it go, she wanted to put it on everything she could, and she just got my stepdad riled up. And, well, he was stupid enough to listen to her and follow her, and I didn't talk to them after that for, like, the longest time. And I told her, I even told her, I feel like you're the reason why I got locked up. You're the reason why I even went into the system faster than I needed to. I could have had a time to adjust to this and meet the right foster family. But because of her, I was just, right after Christmas, literally, boom, right into a shelter. Boom, right into a foster home. And then, boom, out of that foster home, boom, right into another group home. Because, like, I was spiraling, and then, like, she did that, and so much had happened. And when you're a foster kid, you know what I'm talking about. I literally got PTSD from all this. And that's the one thing that they can't seem to understand, is I can't stop reliving this. I was young, and everything was ripped away from me. Everything. And until someone can understand that and grasp it, I'm almost trying to not cry here because, like, this is supposed to be a Christmas story, but the thing is when you go from family oriented, no matter how screwed up it may be or whatever, it's still your family. And then you go from this family to, like, a tornado wind of being dragged here and then dragged here and dragged here, and for 6 years, that's what I went through. I was twisted around so many times until finally one family actually wanted to keep coming for me, and that's who I ended up with. And I mean, it just was so much so much. A kid can only take so much. And that just hits the limits. So, well, I guess now you kind of got another little bit of a view of my life that I wasn't really wanting to share, but I guess with this story comes with that. So yes, if you do have PTSD or you ever have had any of these issues, you should seek help or seek someone to speak with on it. I do. Because every day is a challenge for me, and I do relive these episodes of my life. And it's like a non-stop play button until it plays out. And sometimes it's the worst thing ever, and other times I could just be like, whew, it's not a bad one. Because they come and they go, and it's like a win, and it's a hit, and it's a bam, and it's like I relive it. It's like banging your head on a window or a door, and you just can't stop. It's not pleasant. It's not fun. But I do it, and I get through it, and I still be a parent at the end of the day, and I still be strong for my own kids, and they see that, and they always tell me, Mom, I don't know how you get through it. Even my youngest son has a lot of anger issues like I did growing up, and I told him it took a lot of that to help me too. I had to go get anger management help. I did like almost 6 years of anger management. And even then, my anger was still not fully under control. I mean, I still have anger issues. But the thing is I have coping skills, and I know when to walk away, and I know where my triggers are, and I stay away from them. And my family is a trigger for me, so I stay away from them. They are a huge trigger for everything, my PTSD and all. It's a trigger. You just can't go there. You have to just not go there. You go there, but you don't go there. You don't go there with them. You go there with a therapist or somebody that can help you. And I don't believe in like going to therapy and that, like going to an actual therapist. So like, I just kind of lean in on someone that I could trust. And they usually give me the best advice. So I tried therapy for years, and I could do it a reason of why I don't like therapy. And maybe that'll be another video for another day. But this was Christmas story number 5, was going to Christmas with my sister at her foster home. And this is the official and last Christmas with any actual family that is blood. So that was my very last Christmas ever that I can remember with my family. And it was just her. And it was great. I love that Christmas. I love the time I spent with her. I can't take that back. That was a great memory for me, and I will always keep it. But also with great memories come with horrible memories, and I could think about 1,000 reasons. Like stealing my identity. And then putting her butt behind bars for it. But anyways, long story short, thank you guys for watching my video. Go like, subscribe. Thank you guys. I appreciate everything. So, be looking out for Christmas number 6. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.